Mga kapatid, sa panahon natin ngayon, madali na lang makakahanap ng atensyon. We cannot deny that in today's world, it has become incredibly easy to gain attention. If we want to become famous, be recognized by society, become influential, or even make money, it is no longer difficult. Just become a vlogger. I-record na natin lahat. Sisikat tayo. Record dito, record doon, post dito, post doon, reels dito, reels doon, TikTok dito, TikTok doon. If our content is interesting enough to attract an audience, then that's it. The reactions start pouring in, the views increase, the share multiply, the followers grow, and before long, the account is monetized. Everywhere we go, saan man tayo pumunta, pag sikat na tayo, sasabihin naman to, vlogger yun ah. But sometimes, some vloggers go too far. Overnight, they suddenly become detectives, lawyers, investigators, doctors, political analysts, and experts in everything, di ba? At times, we abuse popularity that we have gained. We attack people who disagree with our opinions. We destroy the reputation of others through our posts, all for the sake of becoming more famous and more powerful in society. To be heard even when we are far from the truth. And whenever someone challenges us, nagagalit tayo. This is the system that the world constantly sells to us. Hanapin natin ang sarili nating kaligayahan, your own power, your own glory. But my brothers and sisters, Christ teaches something completely different. Iba ang tinuturo ni Kristo. He presents us with a radical example and a radical message, especially to us who have been baptized, who profess to follow Him, who desire to become His disciples, and who seek to serve Him. For the past several Sundays, kung naalala nyo pa, after choosing His 12 apostles, and after honestly warning them about the hardships they would face for following the Lord, today, Christ reminds them and all of us once again, whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Whoever does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. In following Christ as Christians, we should no longer seek anything for ourselves. We should desire nothing except Christ Himself. Our deepest longing should simply to possess Him, to receive His grace, His mercy, and His love as we live our Christian lives and serve His church. If our loyalty, if our desire to serve is ultimately motivated by ourselves, by the desire to become famous, wealthy, powerful, admired by many, then perhaps we should not serve at all. Kung gusto lang natin sumikat, sa showtime na tayo pupunta. Kung gusto nating magpasikat, mag-artista na lang po tayo. Mag-TikTok na lang tayo. A Christian who serves while thinking only of himself, who uses the name of the church merely to gain recognition, has already lost the true meaning of service. Such a life eventually falls into confusion because its foundation is wrong. Pagdating ng panahon, kapag dumating na ang mga pagsubok, problema, mga hamon sa buhay, napagtanto natin, di pala madali ang paglilingkod sa simbahan. Di pala madali ang pagiging Kristiyano. Umaalis tayo sa simbahan. Tumitigil na tayo sa pagsisimba. Tumitigil na tayo sa paglilingkod. Kasi ang alam lang natin, ang gusto lang natin ay madaling buhay. Walang pagdurusa, walang paghihirap. People sometimes come to me and ask, Father, bakit ito nangyayari sa akin? Nung naging seryoso na ako sa aking pananampalataya, nung nagsimula na akong mag-serve sa simbahan, nung halos araw-araw na akong nagsisimba, bakit dumarami ang mga problema ko sa buhay? Sometimes, I struggle to answer. Mahirap. Yet in my heart, I know this is often true. Those who sincerely serve, who faithfully live their Catholic faith, who genuinely love coming to church, very often, they are the very ones who carry the heaviest crosses. Meanwhile, yung mga hindi nagsisimba, yung mga hindi nagdarasal, parang walang problema sa buhay, di ba? But perhaps, behind all our efforts, behind every crosses we carry, ang cross ng pamilya, ang cross ni Mrs. at ni Mr., ang cross ng mga matitigas na ulo ng mga anak, ang cross ng kahirapan, and even sickness. If we truly live our Christian vocation, we begin to realize that all these become the path to holiness. The tears we shed, the suffering we endure, the sacrifices we make, these become God's instruments to make us saints. They purify our intentions, of course, until we finally realize that Christ alone is the one we truly desire. That is why we may cry, but we do not surrender. Iiyak tayo, pero never titigil. We may suffer, but we do not give up, because in suffering, when united with Christ, it sanctifies us. My brothers and sisters, God has never promised a bed of roses to those who follow Him. Instead, He asks each of us not to seek the perks of being Christians, but to embrace the burdens, suffering, and responsibilities that discipleship entails. Not because He wants our lives to become miserable, not because He delights in seeing us struggle. Rather, He allows these things so that our hearts may be purified, purification, and so that we may discover the true meaning of following Jesus. We are called to be joyful, gaya ng sinasabi ng kantang, Masayang Kristiyano, ang mga Katoliko. Dapat maging masayang Kristiyano. Yes, we must be joyful. We are joyful. Masaya tayo, hindi dahil wala tayong problema, wala tayong pinagdadaanan sa buhay, but because we know that Christ Himself is our ultimate reward. He is our greatest treasure. He is our final destination. He is the fulfillment of every hope. May that always remain our deepest desire, even in a world that constantly deceives us with promises of comfort, fame, wealth, and power, but can never give the lasting joy that only Christ can offer.